Okay, here we are, guys. We're about halfway through the mash. We're going to mash for an hour and a half on this one. I like to make sure I get all the conversion and everything. One thing about brewing in cold weather you'll find out is that you're fighting the cooler winds and the cooler temperatures, and keeping your kegs at the proper temperature for mash can be a little bit of a battle. Luckily, I have a Herm system here where I can sit here and I can control my temperature through the hot liquor tank. Some people will wrap a blanket around this, some type of fireproof blanket that makes sure it keeps the keg warm. I'm kind of here in this corner, so it's kind of blocking the wind off, so I'm not fighting that as much, but still the temperature is actually what it is. It's probably about 34 degrees out right now, and we're doing pretty good. Like I said, we got about 30 more minutes on this mash, and once that gets done, we'll bring it up to 168 to start the sparge, and then we'll get into the brew. So good day for a brew though. Listen to a little music, topping the day off with a little seasonal ale from Snowcap from Pyramid. So we're having a good day brewing here, and I hope you're having a good day too. Okay guys, it's been about 45 minutes from the last time we talked. We're now in the process of bringing this up to probably 67 for mash out. What that does is stops all the enzymes from converting the starch to sugar and everything, and then we'll be ready to start the sparge process. We'll bring it over to the brew kettle, and that's when we'll start bringing it up to temperature there to boil and add our hops. And I think we got a 90-minute boil on this. I have to check my stats, and we'll get moving on this process. Okay, now we're getting to the step where we actually got to the temperature where we're stopping the enzymes from actually going. And to correct myself, this is going to be a 60-minute boil after we get into the boil kettle. Now what we're doing here, it's very crucial at this point in time that you let it circulate and let the beer clarify. What that's going to do is you get a clear beer into the boil kettle, you're going to get a clear beer out at the end. This is very important to make sure it clarifies, and the grain and the husk, when you crack the grain earlier, actually acts as a filtering agent, which gives you great clarity in the beer. So this robust porter is moving along nicely. I think it's about 1 o'clock now. It's usually about a 5 to 6 hour brew day. Temperature's warmed up to about 38 to 40 degrees, so it's a beautiful sunny day here at towards the end of January and Midwest. So when brewing in the Midwest, you never know what type of weather you're going to get, so stick around. We'll be starting to sparge next. Okay, now we're getting ready to start the sparge. Now, we've added a couple other things here. We have the brew kettle here. We have the Phil's mash equipment made by Dan Listerman, and I've had that for a while. And what that's going to do is sprinkle about 168 degree water over top of the mash bed, and we're going to rinse out the sugar, which will end up over in this right here. So we're going to start the spiral, and we're going to start our sparge. The key here is sparge very slowly, because you want to slowly rinse and slowly pull the sugar out the bottom. Then we'll come through the tube into the brew kettle. Now the key step we did before was we made sure we recirculated until it's clarified. Even though it's a darker beer, you can see how clear it is coming into the boil kettle, and we'll show you some of that here in a little bit. One key thing is to keep about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of water on top of the grain bed, no more, no less. So we'll see you guys soon here. Alright guys, here let's get a close-up here of the Phil's mash. And you'll see it spinning around, just kind of slowly rinsing over top of it. And then we'll go over here to the boil kettle, and you'll see the clear wort that we're getting there. So we're looking good here, and probably in about 45 minutes we'll be getting ready to start boil. Alright guys, we're getting close here. You can see here the spiral and our water level on our grain bed is good. And we'll see over here in the brew kettle, the wort, we're moving along nicely. Probably got about 6 gallons in there. We're probably going to get it close to 12 and a half. I like to get a little more than I call for, and I boil down to where I need to during the boil, so I get a nice rigorous boil. And we'll talk more about that during the boil process. But great brew day so far, and you take a look out in the yard. Snow is starting to recede. Beautiful day here in the Midwest, Northern Kentucky area. And we'll be back with you a little bit more with Dave's Dreaded TV on this great brew day here for January 30th, 2011. Alright, we're getting close down to the end of our sparge here. I usually wait for the tank gets about halfway full before I start the fire, but I start on really low. So what that does is speeds up a little trick to speed up some of your brew time. It starts heating the wort, so that way when you get done sparging, you're close to the boil point. That's when you can start adding your hops. So we're going to have a 60-minute boil today on this robust porter. Had a really good sparge today, and we're moving forward now. What I'll be doing is at the end, I'll be giving you a checklist of things to have in preparation for your brew day. There's several key things that make your brew day go a lot easier, and you're not scrambling around or sending people to the store to get for you. But we're moving really good today on the brew day today here on Sunday, the 30th of January. We're going to call it the pre-Super Bowl porter. So be looking for this on tap here in about a month. So we'll be talking to you soon, and we'll get our next step here. We'll be getting ready for the boil. Okay guys, just wanted you guys to see this. Here we are, we're getting very close to the boil here. I wish you guys could smell this. This is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So robust porter, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding 1 package of nugget, 1 ounce at the beginning of the boil. Now, it did call for 2 ounces of cluster at about 5% alpha, or pardon me, 7% alpha, but they were out of cluster at the brew shop, so I was able to substitute nugget, which is 13% alpha, so we're only using 1 ounce there. So I'll go over the recipe at the end of the brew, along with the checklist and what you need for brewing, and we'll probably do that at the bar, so I can kind of sit down, relax, have a beer when we get done, go over the checklist and the recipe. But all this will be available online if you want to do this recipe, and we will definitely talk to you later on in the boil.